Welcome back to Lake Norman in Denver, North Carolina, and coverage of Round 9 of the HydroTurf APBA National Watercross Tour. Pro-Am runabout stock on the water getting set for their first of two motos, but first let's take a look at the point standings after 8 rounds of competition. Chris Big Mac McCluggage comfortably on top, 743 points. Behind him in second place, a tie between Troy Snyder and Rob Greenwald. As we look at highlights now from Moto number 1, so the field would be wide open, and right off the start, appears that Robert Greenwald would get tangled up in the competition. So Greenwald knocked out along with Guy Greenland from Australia. So two riders banging as they head towards the first set of turns at the top end of the race course, and both Greenland and Robert Greenwald going off their skis into the water. Neither rider would be hurt, but scary moment right off the bat. So Greenwald forced to gather himself as the red flags would come out. He would get back on his ski for a restart for Moto 1 as we take a look at highlights once again. So a great start by all these big stock runabouts as everyone would go for the whole shot. And recording the whole shot in his first race of the season would be Stan Hightower from Lindale, Georgia, making his debut on the APBA National Watercross Tour, surprising everyone in the stock runabout field. And as the checkered flag would come out, it would be the number 8 Sea-Doo of Stan Hightower, the man from Lindale, Georgia. He would record his first moto win, a big upset here in Pro-Am runabout stock as you get a look at all the final results for our opening moto. So with that said, ready now for Moto number 2, and you figure it's wide open without Big Mac himself running here, Dave. The points leader, Chris McCluggage, a no-show as we go on board with Guy Greenland, Dave, who also surprised some people last time out in Harbor Beach, Michigan. It looks like he's going to check out and get the whole shot here.
Well, you know, it's so great is seeing these Pro-Am runabout stock class. You know, you can basically go out and buy one of these, throw maybe some air filters, do a little, race prep on it, and go out and race it. It's so simple. And this class becomes so exciting because it's really become a rider's class. We get to see a lot of new other riders. It looks like one of the riders that couldn't see through the jet wash got pushed a little wide. This lake, it does get angry, and you can see a lot of that chop starting to come in. It is rough out there. And
we go on board with Guy Greenland, the Australian national champion from the Gold Coast, Dave, in only his third round of APBA Watercross competition this season, and that was after a full campaign racing down under. He's getting ready for the World Finals, Dave, and again, we pointed out last time in Harbor Beach, the seasons are reversed. Right now it's wintertime in Australia, while here in the United States it's summertime. And earlier we had a chance to talk to the Aussie national champion. He told us why he decided to race in the United States.
Yeah, the seasons are opposite, so back home now it's wintertime, so the racing dies off, so had the opportunity to come over and help Dustin out with his racing, and then for me, at the same time, I scored a ride in a Sea-Doo, so it's been a good trip. So.
After a 9th place in Moto number 1, and now leading here in Moto number 2, you can see how crazy this class is. It's all about the start and get out front, and you can see Guy Greenland right now wants it. But, you know, we got a little insight from Eric Lagopoulos earlier what it takes to race in the Pro 1200 runabout stock class.
When they see these boats racing, this is what they buy. You know, this is the stock class. So whatever wins here on Sunday, you know, they're planning on selling them on Monday. So, you know, I'm trying to get Sea-Doo in the winner's circle here. And in my opinion, they have the best boat. And just trying to get some wins out here.
And Dave, Eric Lagopoulos sitting in much the same seat that Guy Greenland is. Greenland, after a 9th place showing in Moto number 1, now leading Moto number 2. And for the outlaw, Eric Lagopoulos, he had an 8th place showing in Moto number 1, and he trails Guy Greenland. He's back in 2nd here in Moto number 2. So it's between those guys possibly for an overall. But if you're keeping score at home, Ryan Hartwick also has an outside shot after a 3rd place showing. He's back in 3rd in this one. And earlier we asked Brian Baldwin, who lives here on Lake Norman, if he felt he had any advantage racing on his home lake.
All my family's here. You know, it's just, you know, it's more about, you know, I'm here to win, but I'm also here to have a good time. So, you know, I mean, that's the most important thing. You know, nobody gets hurt. You know, we just have a good time.
And Dave, unlike any other class competing out here this weekend, Pro-Am Runabout Stock 1200 has probably more parity than any other division out here.
In this class, it's so important to be smooth, but getting that whole shot, I think that's the biggest key.
Yeah, we see so many guys, as we look at the standings, have had poor showings in one of the 2 motos. You were talking about Brian Baldwin. He had a 2nd place showing back in Moto number 1. He's in 10th place here in Moto number 2, so the only consistent racers who have put two good motos together have been Ryan Hartwick. He stands to finish in third in his pair of motos, and also Stan Hightower, who comes around and he'll take fourth place behind Guy Greenland, who takes the win here in moto number 2. So as we look at the overall results, Stan Hightower in his first race of the season, a win and a fourth place is good enough for the overall, and that's the way it ends here in round number 9. And when we come back to Denver, North Carolina, the man they call King D, Dustin Farthing, will lead the way as Pro-Am Runabout Open will be on the water. Don't go away. It's round 9 of the APBA National Watercross Tour.